do an intermission thing first, or we count down to like tune myself in? Okay, all right, we're in. All right, what's up, gamers? This is going to be Neon White Rush. This is like half FPS platformer and half VN. The VN half of it is like about attacking and dethroning God, and you're like, oh, that sounds sick. No, it's cringe as hell. We're playing the good part of the game. We're not doing any of the VN stuff. We're just going to do shooting all the levels in a row, and it's going to be poggers. So I'm going to go ahead and go in 3, 2, 1, go. All right, starting out chapter 1. It's the basic movement. Most of it's going to be revolving around moving on water. Whenever you're on water, you're moving about twice as fast, roughly. So coming up, we're going to have our first card. Weapons in this game are done by picking up cards on the floor, and they have different discard abilities whenever you remove a card. This one's a little timed grenade. And I can discard it and it can blow up and propel me. So for example, I can grenade jump here. Alright, and then I have the elevate card, which lets me jump in the air. Pretty standard double jump. Alright, and major movement tech is that I can shoot bullets to give myself a small speed boost. So for example here, I'm shooting bullets and it gives me a tiny little speed boost. It makes a huge difference, so it's just like a tiny optimization thing that makes a huge difference, and I've lost ammo, so I need to reset real quick. Alright. And another thing with it is that whenever you shoot a bullet, it kind of lingers for a while, and you can actually melee the lingering hitbox and get a second boost off the bullet. And I'm going to be doing that, like, constantly and everywhere. Like, it's basically like, I don't know, a grounded ultra in this game for you Celeste players out there.
Explain it in less terms.
Yeah. And that's a cute little jump off the geometry. This game really doesn't have, like, major glitches or anything. It's just kind of movement. But there's a lot of small, cute things like that, like geometry, cute little grenade boosts. All sorts of other nonsense. Here, this also shows off that explosion boosts actually are, like, stacking. So, like, I can do 2 grenades and boost twice as high. Alright, and a cute thing with water is that whenever you're moving upwards on water, you generally want to be jumping. It's, like, insanely fast compared to just regular water. Like, right here, I'm holding jump. And in general, water is really finicky, and whenever you're slightly above or on the edge of water, you just get, like, constant acceleration. I'm holding jump here. Alright, I have 7 enemies here, so I'm good. Had to do some snipes behind me. Alright, and that's chapter 1 done. And you can see sometimes I'm shooting or slashing grenades whenever I shoot them. That gives me a speed boost as well. It's exactly the same as shooting a bullet or something. And Godspeed card here, it's just a pretty linear dash. It breaks walls. It's very, very fast though. And a lot of this game is just like maximizing those boosts. Like discarding at a spot where you get as much as the speed as possible. Like keeping it as long as possible. Alright, some finicky snipes here. Got him. Alright. Ooh, I double tapped. I have 2 cards there and I just fat fingered right click twice, lost both my cards. Sad. This game is generally, it's a very easy run to complete, but it is the hardest speed game I've ever played, probably comfortably. Like, I've been speedrunning for a bit over 10 years now, and this is the hardest run I've done, period. Just completing a run of this game without having some, like, massive meltdown somewhere is just absolutely impossible.
That is a massive claim.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I've run a wide variety of games too, like roguelikes. I've run a bunch of platformers, obviously, a game you might have heard of called Celeste, but This one takes a cake for just you're playing well for 15 minutes and then there's just one level and it's just ogre. Alright, and we're going to do a cute little corner cut here. In general, to complete levels, you need to kill all the enemies. So it's basically two different puzzles you're having to solve with ratting, where it's like getting to A to B, which is like, you know, the exit, and killing all the enemies along the way. Alright, and snipe these two guys at the end, and into chapter 3. Alright, this is where the game starts picking up a little. First off, there's going to be an enemy under the floor here. I'm just going to blow him up with a Purify Grenade. You'll hear him kind of pop right here. Dead. Move, please. That's not good. Alright, I can save this by going to the vending machine. So it's pretty rare in a speedrun you want to use a vending machine, because you gotta stand around like an idiot. But if you make a mistake, knowing where they are can be very handy. And coming up, Stomp Card, it's basically an SMG. When you spray it, it goes everywhere. But if you tap shoot it, it has a very consistent pattern. And you can do stuff like this. And we got him. Alright, and then this whole chapter, the theme of it is just like those taps with the stomp. You gotta snipe a bunch of stuff all over the level, and you just gotta tap and tap and tap.
May I quick donation? We were
Yeah,
stomping around. We have a $320 donation from, it says anonymous, but I think I know who it is. With the comment, "Who let me do math?" Thank you so much, and that basically almost filled up the Dark Souls 3 Depressed card incentive, which is now at 90 out of $100. And I believe it's put a new leader at the top of the main Pokemon named incentive bid war for the Archipelago, with Bergie being at $40.
Alright, first pretty difficult level coming up here is Canals. A bunch of really finicky snipes on barrels I have to hit. There's a normal path through this level where you go through a bunch of waterways. It's slow, so we're going to just kind of yeet ourselves over the level here. And snipe a bunch of barrels, potentially. There we go. Got him. Alright, more snipes with a stomp. A neat corner cut at the end, just get your head into the goal, and that's all you need. Oh yeah, no, obviously with the stomp, whenever you discard it, that's what makes you move down fast. Downwards movement in this game is shockingly slow compared to everything else. So, whenever you make a mistake with Stomp, you just kind of float in the air and it's really slow and bad. Alright, this is the last level of Chapter 3. For whatever reason, I mean, it kind of makes sense, but like, the last levels of chapters tend to be quite difficult. Oh, missed a goal. Oh well. Alright, so coming up, is the first boss level. Boss levels in this game are the hardest levels, like no question. Basically, he's going to fly between nodes, and you can do a set amount of damage between each of those nodes. And you need to maximize that damage, and it's fit in damage while moving across the level, and like not losing time, point A to B again. And this level is also very stupid. This is one of the most hated levels, and for good reason. This coyote jump sucks. And yeah, I missed a snipe, yeah. This skips having to go around, like, 3 or 4 seconds of the level, but if you miss a snipe on this guy right here, you gotta jump back, get this, and then dash. I actually dashed too early, so I gotta go the even longer way. Yikes. Yeah, this level is kind of a good example of, like, one small mistake is just, like, a 7-second time loss. So much Godspeed, actually, oh my god. Alright, there we go. Alright, boss level. Alright. Jump up to the tower, skip some stuff. That was awkward. Alright, we're gonna stomp him to finish him off. Oh, what? I died? Anyway, that's fine, yeah. So that's actually an intentional strat. The katana has limited ammo, and whenever it runs out, you switch to your fists, and whenever that runs out, you just die. But when you die, it freezes the in-game timer, and you can overlap the death cutscene of the boss with you dying. It just saves in-game time, but it's like no cost RTA to go for. That's just a restart. This level is brutal. This is chapter 5, and this is where the run just like cranks up. What am I doing actually? I'm gonna be quiet for a sec. Alright, that was fine. And yeah, this is the fireball card. This is a shotgun. Whenever you discard it, you do a dash. That's to do grounded. For the Godspeed card, the blue one, you generally want to do it airborne, but this one pretty much prioritizes ground movement. Shotgun's also very frustrating. Whenever you aim at things, you don't want to aim dead on. For things that are far away, at least. Because if you see me shooting the pellets, there's no pellet in the center. It just like arcs around it. So if you shoot something far away, dead on, you just miss. I need to blow up this barrel while keeping a pistol. Alright, this works. This is a backup strat, but you can stomp that guy through the wall. Funny. What is my card situation? Huh? Okay, that's fine. That's intentional. Alright, this is what you're supposed to do. See, I just want to show that. You want to fireball, and then elevate, and you keep the fireball state, and you break through the wall. And ringer boosts are a big thing in this chapter. The ringer enemies are the ones that shoot the bullets like everywhere in a circle, and a big thing for IO runs especially is just you load into the level, you shoot at the ringer with a shotgun, get as many bullet boosts as you possibly can, and if your boost sucks, you press the reset button, and repeat until world record. So we're going to go around here. You're supposed to like dip into these little things, but you can just stomp the edges and blow up the barrels and kind of eat yourself through. There you go, got him. Boom, double jump. Kill that guy through the floor. Alright, sick IL. I'm gonna go for this until I get it. This is one of the hardest strats in the run, though. Oh. Ah, missed. Alright, we can back it up like this. You're supposed to shoot that guy on the way down, but I can do an equally funny backup. Dead.
That level is so cool.
Yeah, it's very, very cool, but it's super hard. Die, please. There we go. Alright, so we're in Chapter 6. They introduce these tripwire enemies. They just kind of create chains of themselves, usually, and cause enemies to blow up on each other. Walking into them is instant death, worth mentioning. Like, walking into the laser beams, that is. It isn't, like, damage or anything, it is just you die. I have missed an enemy. Sound is actually very important in this run, because of situations like this, where I don't hear 2 dings, and I'm supposed to. That means I only killed 1 enemy. There have been a handful of runs that I have lost a bunch of time in, because my music in the background is too loud. You can also, there's like the demon count in the top left that you can use, but it's surprisingly hard to keep tabs on that while you're trying to play the game well. Alright. And you can jump off of enemies in this game. You can kind of just like piggyback jump off of them. And we're going to use that towards the end here. Die police, there we go. We're going to use this to kind of shortcut through this section, just cut this corner tighter. And good place for donations is this level. If you got anything to plug.
We still have all the various Archiethon incentives and wars. We still have the main Pokemon name bid war, in which Bergie is still leading by about $13. If you want to change that, make sure you donate towards it. We also have both of the Dark Souls 3 incentives. We have the Deprived Start, which is so close to being met, just $10 off. And we also have the Champion Fight, which is also about most of the way done, actually. Thank you to the anonymous donation. It was very anonymous. And yeah, we are about $100 off of that one. And I can't speak for everyone, but I know that I want to see the Champion Fight. You know, something called Champion, it seems quite hard.
Alright, hard snipe here with the Purify Grenade. Oh, I got all three, sick. I like miss that every day, or every single time in practice today. But yeah, there's 3 enemies far off there. You want to shoot a Purify and kill all 3. You get to the end, and Firebolt the exit. You do some long-range snipes here to have enough ammo to kill this guy. Because the thing is, whenever you run out of ammo on a card, you can't discard it anymore. It just like poofs from your inventory.
Shout out to you on R2, by the way.
Yeah, this is sick. This Kai made this, and on like short notice too, and it is like I have this now, and it's like, damn, I got to become the best Neon White player in the world now. Like, this is sick. All right, I'm not. There's a really hard IELTS thread on this. I do not want to reset over it for forever, so I'm gonna do the more intended route, which gets a bunch of silly looking bullet boosts. What you do is you would coyote jump from there to there, and it's so stupid. It's foul. It's vulgar. Alright, this level's pretty noisy. It's just another chain of these exploding guys. The main thing with it is you actually move so fast you beat the chain, so you kind of need to shoot some of the tripwires throughout. I almost fell. That would have been embarrassing. Alright, Chapter 7. It's basically more of the same compared to Chapter 6. Pretty tight boost here. Why did I discard? That guy did not die. Stuff is happening right now. I need one more, I think. Kobe. Oh, I'm so fucking good.
You're the best.
Anyway. Pretty tight Purify boost there. If you're still there, you get a Guardian Lizard, which is an instant kill. Alright, this level has some weird stuff going on. There's a huge downwards water slope, and I've kind of talked previously how being above around the edge of water is ideal. For this slope in particular, you need to kind of like wiggle back and forth to keep a boost that is a bit bigger than like a normal water boost. I already missed on the first one, but like right here I'm going to be kind of ADing and trying not to drop my boost, but unfortunately I did. Alright, stupid Unity game, something something. We're going to turn on V-Sync here, and it saves time. Because I don't bonk the floor there on the way down. It saves like 0.15 or something, but... And this is also a very fake route that I made up, but it's sick, so it's fine. Alright, turn off V-Sync. That's the last of FPS nonsense in this run, promise. Smile. Oh, this introduces the Mimic enemies. These blue bullets are instant kill as well, but they spawn a bunch of things that I can katana and get crazy speed boosts off of. Like, I'm just going to shoot them in the air and parry them. If you're slightly slow on your parries, again, if a bullet hits you, you're dead.
I remember around this point in the game, it stops just like dealing damage to you and starts introducing things that are just, yeah, you just died one hit.
Yeah, it's just, yeah, not owie, it's deady, I guess. And their bullets as well kind of like get stuck to walls and linger for a while, and you can just like melee them repeatedly and get crazy boosts off of them. Alright, last level, chapter 7, and coming up is the first truly stupid chapter of the game where just huge time losses can happen, no problem. Let me focus on the end of this. I was failing this a bunch in practice for some reason, so I reverted to this strat. Alright, cool, we're through. Alright, so chapter 8 introduces the rocket launcher, and, you know, it's just, there's rocket jumping, of course there is. So a lot of these levels are going to be just rocket jumping around and sniping enemies from far away, and you would think, like, oh, the other levels are the ones you gotta worry about aiming. These are the most aim-intensive levels in the game. 2 levels in particular are just brutal, very unforgiving, a bunch of snap aiming. Yeah, this is probably the highest skill ceiling card. The mechanics of it, I could not possibly explain well.
Funny rocket.
Yeah.
As we are about halfway into this run, I think. About halfway, right?
Yeah.
I'd like to remind you all that the Dark Souls 3 Deprived Start Incentive is still going. We are $10 off of missing it. We are $10 off of hitting it, and in just after this run, it will be closed. So this is just last. You have just a little bit more time to finish it up. I believe in us.
Easy
in addition to that, the main Pokemon name incentive also closes at the beginning of the Archipelago run, right after this run ends. So a bit more time to change to influence that.
Ah! Right click twice. I'm bad fingering right click twice a bunch right now. Sad. Yeah, these enemies that are floating in the air as well, you want to make use of them and rocket jump off of them to save some time. I see 2 enemies that I missed down there. Shouldn't be too difficult to clean up. That's a problem though. That's just a reset. This level's pretty tricky. It doesn't seem too bad, but it's very easy to just kind of choke on.
I've got an important question for you that I've seen in the chat.
What's that?
What is the best track in this game?
That's what?
Best music track?
Cloud 9 for sure, chapter 5. Easy. I think it's chapter 5. Am I a fake gamer? Oh my god, I'm bad. I am a fake gamer. Alright, 5th time's the charm. I missed that guy again. No, I got him. What? Dude, why? There we go. Alright, shoot these guys through the floor, deal with those guys, and first try idiot. Alright, this is the first really aim-intensive rocket level. I'm just gonna restart this, I'm missing everything. These are going to be hard to commentate, so I'm going to be a bit quiet for these. Alright, that went pretty well. And I mentioned before you can shoot Purify grenades. That also applies to rockets for speed boosts, but it's like really buggy and stupid and hardware dependent. Sometimes, I think it's hardware dependent at least, I don't know if anyone knows, but whenever you shoot them in the air, sometimes they just like explode and your boost just like ends. or like effectively ends. It's very frustrating for this level in particular.
I think the next level has my favorite route in the game. Oh wait, no. It's coming up. It's coming up.
Yeah, this level is also pretty sweet, though. I do a shot at the very start to kind of snipe an enemy early on. You can get it as you go through the level, but it's super dumb. Why am I so high on the zip line? Okay. That's fine. This is going to set off a chain reaction at the end coming up. We're going to activate it early so we don't accidentally boost off of one of these barrels at the end. Streak. This level is pretty infamous for being just stupid, full of gaming and stuff. I'm going to kind of bounce up early just to kind of cheat some shots. I'm actually going to retry. It's annoying. I think I was fine if I just waited, but waiting for cowards. What? Why am I bouncing? Anyway, that's fine. Shoot these. Bottom. Okay, that didn't go terrible. And here's another very interesting level. You're supposed to go through a huge course with your Dominion, and it's like constantly wall jump off of all these skyscrapers and stuff. That's slow and boring. We're gonna try to snipe both of those balloons with a fireball here. I missed both of them. That's unusual. Usually you get at least one. That's fine though. You can get on your way back. My short rockets. I just need to restart. Actually, all right, it's fine. Do that. Jump off the railing.
This is a wonderful route.
Yeah, there's a faster route for this too. That is, I've learned it, but I'm not consistent enough at it enough for full game runs. Okay, there we go. I got one of the snipes. All right, now I end with one extra card, so I can have 2 discards for the end, and enter Chapter 9. So this is Chapter 8 was hard. Chapter 9 is harder. This is like all the mechanics coming together at once, and yeah, well, every single one of these is a run killer potentially. That's bad. It's fine though. I want to keep a Purify here to the end ideally to skip having. I could double jump right here and go to the end and just shoot downwards, but I have to go down here and stump these guys. Not a huge problem, but a little bit slow.
Got time for a quick donation.
Go for it.
We have a $10 donation from Fell (Clyde) saying, "At Fell, if I were donating $10 to a charity themed around a bird named Archie, my donation comment reads like this: For Archie the bird and all the wonderful work you do, keep soaring high. Parrot emoji, sparkle emoji. I hope the suggestion is helpful. No cap. Oh whoa. Robot emoji, my money emoji, sparkle emoji, Sarge. Dash, today at 9:36 p.m. Clyde has spoken. Thank you so much."
True. That's what I've been saying.
And I believe with that, yep, we have met the Dark Souls 3 Deprived start incentive. We'll be saying that. There's still a bit more time to name the main Pokemon used for the Archipelago run. It will be closed at the beginning of the run, right after this one. Make sure you get your donations in it if you want the name to not be Birdie for some reason.
Alright, this is my least favorite level in the game. I despise this level, especially for ILs. The only hard part of this level comes like 5 seconds at the end, and you cannot, there's like just not a good way to practice it, because you have to run through the entire level every attempt, and sometimes you stomp too close there and you just get owned by the mimic. That's my fault entirely. I could have stomped a bit earlier, but this level is frustrating. I just want to stomp way early here, actually. That's a bad whiff, yeah. Again, you can see good example of Chapter 9 as being a run killer. Like, you get here about, 20 minutes into the run or whatever, and then you make one mistake and it's a 15-second retry. Alright, cool. When I go for the harder threat, I get it. That's fine. And the rough part of this level is right at the end. Again, it's just pure ringer boost with the Fireball card. It's not inconsistent per se, but the speed you get off of them is very variable, and it's easy to slightly miss an ammo pickup, which gets rid of your card, which makes getting to the end impossible. And if that happens in a full game, that's like 25 seconds or so lost.
God, this run is so sick. I can't get over it.
Raj is a very cool level. This is a personal favorite of mine. Oh, nice. That went okay. But yeah, some crazy Purify snipes in there. You just kind of have to use sound cues to make sure you hit them. Let's pick up some ammo here, actually. This level is a strong contender for hardest non-boss level, by the way. I'm not doing the most optimal route, but this level sucks. It's very easy to run out of ammo or discard badly, and if you do, you're probably back to the start. It's also easy to just, like, die by being shot too much. If you miss some of these ringer boosts, you'll just eat a bullet. Like, right here, I'm 1 HP. If I ate damage earlier, I'd just be dead. Missed one. One out of 12 going into the end here. It's really easy to miss a random fireball shot there. Alright, so FPS nonsense number 2. For whatever reason, setting your FPS to around 60 makes this boost at the start way more consistent. If I play on 120 FPS and go for this, I miss it every time. Apparently I still miss it every time anyway. There we go. Alright, we're going to snipe these enemies that I passed over at the beginning, just grenade them. I think I might have missed an enemy. No, it's good. I see it. Alright, and another one of my most hated levels in a run. This has killed, I think, like 5 PB pace runs for me. And, like, recently, too. Like, it killed runs for me 3 months ago. I took a break for 3 months, and I came back, and it killed a run the other day. Very frustrating. Gotta do some snipes in the air. There's a tripwire up there that's, like, really difficult to see, but I got it. I think I missed an enemy here. Yeah, I did. Yeah. I just have to restart for that.
Seems brutal.
Yeah. This route is really tough. It's relatively... It's not super new or anything, but... Alright, 16 is what I want into the end. And then I gotta snipe these balloons. Got it. Alright. So we're coming into the hardest level of the run. The boss fight coming up is very dumb. I'm probably going to be quiet most of the time just to kind of concentrate on a couple of things. It's really easy to just run out of ammo and do other dumb stuff. But yeah, it's just, again, there's going to be nodes that I can do set damage during, and I want to try to maximize that damage while not losing time otherwise. There's a spider on my screen. It's small though, so I'm fine.
Shut up, spider.
Yeah.
Oh, do you think anyone would argue against this being the hardest level? I don't think so.
Some contrarian probably would, but... Yeah, it's... So, like, lore... I actually don't remember the lore for this. I can't even make a lore joke. But, this is bad. That's all I'll say. That's all I know, actually.
something something Book of Life.
Oh yeah, we have to get to the pages of the Book of Life or something. It might not be yet. I don't know. Alright, cool. Got that. You want to shoot the crystal a couple times so that your pellets pierce all the way through. Missed some damage there. That's fine though. These air shots in particular are brutal. Alright, interesting ending, but it worked. Alright, so now we're in the Book of Life. This is just right-click on an enemy and it fucking explodes and you teleport to it. It's not infinite range, but it's essentially infinite, so there's going to be a lot of pixel hunting going on here. And also, some kind of cheeky wall clips going on too. This one's just kind of WASD and pray. I'm not doing it entirely correctly. There we go. Yeah, it just skips having to climb up the tower a bit. It's faster if you get it like immediately, but kind of scuffed as you can see. Oh.
Getting rid of the kill every demon requirement in these levels has some consequences.
Yeah, that as well. These levels casually, yeah, take you like 2 minutes or so sometimes. But here you just gotta know the magic pixels. Oh wait, no, that's not the level I thought it was.
Alright, and as we are nearing the end of the run, the second to last chapter, we still have some time for the main Pokemon name bid war for the Archipelago. Bergie is still in the lead, but Archie is not too far behind, with the difference being just $13 apart. And Burger is just $8 behind Bergie. If you want to change the outcome of that, make sure you get your donations in. You don't have too much time left.
A pretty difficult boost there. I'm glad I got it. It's really scuffed if you don't, but you want to keep an elevator here. And there's just going to be another kind of egregious wall clip here. There's just like a hole into geometry. There we go, got him. Yeah, it skips having to go around a long section. You want to keep this elevate here to shoot mimics. If you don't have this elevate, you can't shoot this mimic. If you book a life into it, it just instantly kills you. And you get a Steam achievement for that, actually.
That's fantastic. This is a 2-minute level casually, by the way.
Yeah, you're not supposed to be able to go into these hoops, but if you know which directions to hold, it just works. So this is the last boss. Time will come after this, but it's like a minute 20 or so. This is just a Book of Life marathon, basically. Again, I'm going to be katanaing throughout to try to die at the end from running out of ammo. What am I doing? This is very interesting. Alright, it's fine. Get these rocket snipes. Nice. That's surprisingly hard to do. I do kind of a setup for it, but... Alright, this section sucks. I might just take it safe. Just kidding. Oh god. Big whiffing. Need to kill that guy so he doesn't own me with a laser. It shouldn't happen if you go fast, but I was slow. Ergo, kill him. Alright, Alright, got one crystal snipe here. Ideally you want to get two, but it's pretty finicky. Okay, got all the crystals. You can do a faster cycle here, but I just wasn't prepared for it. Archiethon. Alright, and time's coming up after I put the life on the ground. It's time. Alright.
GG's.
Not too bad. Still a bit rusty with this game, but I need to sit down, do some chapter ILs, you know, become goated. That's about it with Neon White, though. This is a really fun game. I recommend picking it up. There's a little bit, I'll admit, there's a little bit of jank that with FPS and Unity that you have to be able to stomach, but it's a ton of fun. Like it's just kind of like a side game for me, but I've like never regretted buying it, I guess. And there's one last thing I'll show up before we go. Very important. We're gonna go not to here. We're gonna go Light's room. We're gonna go side quests. We're gonna go to Elevator.
That sounds nice.
Yeah, it's great things happen this level. So I actually don't know how you play this level, but I do know there's one funny thing in it. How far down do I have to go? This far.
I think just go all the way down for the funny.
Oh, I know where it is. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm good. Alright, so, the funny. And, that's Neon White. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a good one.